Let's get more on this. We're joined by political analyst and author Onur Erim here in the studio. Many thanks for speaking to us again on TRT World. What is your initial reaction then to this news of the U.S. withdrawal from Syria?
Well, if we could go back to the early days of Trump's presidency, he has, remember, shocked everybody saying that he was going to pull out of Syria. Then, whatever happened or whatever briefs he was given, that was, reversed right away. So we can say probably that he's going, he hasn't changed his mind about Syria. He's just going to his original plan. Of course, it's shocking the way it came, obviously without the knowledge of any neighboring countries, especially Turkey. But we're used to shocks with, from President Trump in his tenure as the president.
Clearly, this is good news for Turkey, who've been calling for the U.S. to back out of the north of Syria, where it's battling with the YPG. How much do you think this move by Trump has come with that U.S.-Turkey relationship in mind?
I'm sure it had a great effect on it. However, I would be very cautious to take this as a good news. Now, U.S. has armed a lot of YPG members in the area with rather heavy armaments. We don't know the exact figures of these. We don't know how much of this is going back. So we may be ending up with a bigger problem without the U.S. official presence in the area, in the coming days. But needless to say, I believe if there was no pressure from Turkey, U.S. would have kept its forces and all of its bases in this area for as much as they wanted to. I think, as we have seen in the Turco-American relationships, especially since Obama administration, that each side is pushing each other to the limit and then backing down at the very worst point where neither side wants to clash with one another, especially militarily, especially in this region.
The YPG have already come out with a statement today saying this is bad news in terms of Daesh, who will resurge. Many other critics of this move have said the same thing. Do you think that this is a real issue, that we could see Daesh return now?
To answer that, we need to really digest as to what Daesh is, how it was formed, who it was backed by, and how come it came to an end after all these years. That's a long issue. That's a long discussion that I know we won't have time for. However, I don't believe neither Daesh nor any other terror group, especially in the region, would survive a minute, not even a minute, without the backing up of a major force. So I don't want to point any fingers, but if Daesh is presented by U.S. to have ended its life, then it probably did, and that's that U.S. has made sure of that one way or the other.
Onur Erim, political analyst and author. Many thanks.
Thank you.